In the fabled land of Northern California, nestled in the Valley of Sacramento, two friends begin a journey to enlighten the world about their experience living life as a Xennial. But what is a Xennial, you may ask? If you wish to know, then follow them on their adventures.
Welcome to the Xennial Chronicles. This is James.
This is Mike.
And this is the second part of talking about the MCU. Since the first part went for so long, we just had to do a second part.
Yeah. Let's keep going, man.
Alrighty.
Real quick. I got a little bit lost as far as who's on what side. Just in case, you know, anybody who's following hasn't gotten this, because this is a lot of information. So hold on. I've got I have Cap on the anti.
Side. Yeah, you have Cap.
Cap, Winter Soldier,
Falcon,
Scarlet Witch, Ant-Man,
Hawkeye. Yeah.
Okay. That means, so we got Iron Man, we have Spider-Man.
Yep. Rhodey, War Machine, if you will.
War Machine, okay.
Vision. And Black Widow, who actually... Black Widow actually flip-flops.
She goes back and forth between the two sides. Yes. She's still like conflicted or whatever.
She's still Black Widow. She plays whatever thing's going to work best for her.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, she's just a wild card.
And Black Panther.
And Panther. Okay.
Who's technically on his own side, but being on Iron Man's side helps him.
Gotcha.
And actually,
but Panther was the wait. So Panther flipped sides too, because Panther.
Let me get there.
Oh, okay.
Let me get there.
I was going to say, because he was with Captain and Bucky earlier.
No, he was going after Captain and Bucky earlier. He was going after Bucky to kill Bucky.
Okay, yeah. That's right. Because okay.
Yeah. So Iron Man goes to where this site is, where these other Winter Soldiers are.
Okay.
And finds that when he gets there, he meets up with Cap and says, "Hey, look, I know that there's more going on to this. Bucky's not the bad guy. Fine. Okay. Let's go find the bad guy together. The three of us, let's go find the bad guy together. We'll take the bad guy out, and then we'll talk about all the other stuff after."
Okay.
Okay, because I know now he's not responsible for this explosion. You're just trying to help your friend. Cool, let's go through this.
Okay.
So there's some mini reconciliation. They get there. They find him locked in, Zemo, he's locked in a chamber where they can't get to him.
Okay.
He's basically completely confined where nobody can find him.
Okay.
Or they can see him, they just can't get to him.
They can't get to him, right.
All of these other Winter Soldiers are dead. They're all dead. Zemo killed him. He says, "I killed him." He says they were never the point. This was the point. Starts a video. The video is of Howard Stark, and I forget his wife's name, but Tony's parents driving in a car, and the car getting knocked to the side of the road, and his parents being assassinated by the Winter Soldier.
Oh my goodness!
By the Winter Soldier, and Tony goes.
He loses
loses it completely.
Loses his mind.
Starts going after Bucky. Of course, he's going after Cap is trying to defend Bucky, and it's a knockdown, drag out fight between the three of them. To the point where
the preview. That's one of the fights that you're seeing in the preview where it's just Cap and Bucky going ape on Iron Man,
Iron Man,
catching him from both sides, just beating the crap out of him.
Iron Man eventually cuts off Bucky's metal arm.
Right.
Just completely cuts it off.
Right.
And Cap uses his shield to destroy the arc reactor that's in Iron Man's suit. Just busts the arc reactor up and almost takes his head off with it and lets him live, and him and Bucky walk away. Because Iron Man can't move the suit. The suit's too heavy for him to move without the power source.
Right.
But he destroys the arc reactor completely. Knockdown, drag out fight.
Whoa.
Like bad. It's amazing to watch because like seriously, Tony has a new AI powering his stuff because Jarvis is now Vision.
Right.
And the AI says, "You're not going to beat him on pure fighting. He's going to beat you. He's a better fighter than you. You need to figure out something." And Cap still wins in the end.
Yeah.
Zemo escapes, and as he's sitting outside the building, this facility, and he's listening to a voice message on his phone over and over. When you finally find out that he's listening to his wife, the last voice message she sent him before she was killed. And Black Panther comes upon him and is about to kill him, but because the Black Panther has finally realized that this is the guy responsible for his dad's death, not Bucky.
Right.
And so he's not angry at Bucky. He's not angry at Cap anymore.
Right.
And I don't remember if I think Zemo kills himself or Panther may have captured him. I don't remember exactly what happens to him at the end.
Okay, but Zemo is no longer part of the
he's
part
not,
of the
he's
deal.
not any of the stuff. But the end of the movie now, Tony's back with his new crop of Avengers.
Okay.
And Captain America and Bucky are in Wakanda with Black Panther.
So they've left the Avengers?
They're gone from the Avengers now because they won't sign the Accords. They want nothing. And of course, now he's, obviously Cap is afraid for Bucky to go anywhere near Tony.
Is he still Captain America?
Not really.
So,
he's just Steve Rogers at this point.
Oh, he's just Steve Rogers.
Yes.
He's not.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he doesn't.
I'm not even going to say the name.
Go ahead, say it.
Nomad?
He's not Nomad.
He's not Nomad. Damn it.
Okay. So then I want to apologize right now. This will be the longest episode we ever have, but I'm going to keep going. We're going to do the whole episode.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Okay. So now we have Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Doctor Strange, the nice thing about it is a full setup of the character. More importantly, it introduces us to yet another Infinity Stone.
Okay, so
Time
far,
Stone.
recount on the Infinity Stones. This is a long running episode. I think it's fantastic. Why not? Right?
Yes.
By the way, honestly, normally we have a break in between this stuff.
Whack it. Sorry, bleep that one out. Screw it. Can you bleep, or do you have to just remove it completely?
I can probably bleep it, or I could just cut it out, but that would be really funny.
Just do something with it.
Bleep it.
Bleep it. If you can bleep it, bleep it.
I'm just gonna put a quack over.
Yes, quack. Quack me. I like quacking.
Quack
okay.
you. So all right, yeah, we'll just do this one with no break.
No break because this is.
You guys can hit the pause button if you need to and listen to this over a longer period of time.
This is topical.
So yeah, totally. Okay, so let's continue here real quick.
Make your note of the stones.
I'm counting the stones. Okay, Tesseract,
Space Stone.
Okay, Space Stone. Tesseract is the Space Stone.
Then we have the Power Stone.
Power Stone, the red one.
The red one. Then we have technically the Aether is red too. The Aether, which is the Reality Stone.
Okay, Aether is Reality Stone.
Then we have the Mind Stone.
Mind Stone is the Scepter.
Mind Stone was in the Scepter, yes.
Mind Stone.
And now
Scepter.
And now we have the Time Stone. Which
I know where the Time Stone is because I've seen this film.
It's in the Eye of Agamotto.
Yes.
Yes.
The Time Stone is now I know this and I'm throwing this ahead because we're just getting into it.
Yeah.
The Time Stone is I've seen this one basically. I've seen Doctor Strange and I saw it recently. Yeah, the main plot point of Doctor Strange is basically
Mike's going now.
Yeah, the main plot point of Doctor Strange is, help me out here, is that Doctor Strange, who is basically he loses the capability of using his hands, which he was a surgeon, so that's really bad. He loses the capability of using his hands after a car wreck that he gets into, which is brutal, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And complete side note here, one of my favorite choices of a song was Interstellar Overdrive by Pink Floyd. That is a Syd Barrett era Pink Floyd song. Nobody uses that song, and I thought it was fantastic. Just completely by the side there.
You get the music guy talking about the music.
Totally,
in the movie.
dude. Interstellar Overdrive. I was rocking out until the car flipped the flit off the road. It was crazy. But so he loses the capability of his hands, and he sees somebody who basically, I don't know if he was a friend of his or he was brought to that person.
He was a patient.
That's right. He was a patient who became a paraplegic and learned the ability to walk. So this guy tells him, well, you need to go to these people
in Tibet.
And then Tilda Swinton shows up and teaches him all of these mystical arts about reality bending and all this kind of stuff. And basically getting past the plot point, what happens is while he's studying this new, basically tie between Eastern philosophy and wizardry, practically, that's kind of what he is. He ends up getting his hands on, he becomes a sorcerer. He ends up getting his hands on, what's the name of it again?
It's the Eye of Agamotto.
It's called the Eye of Agamotto. And basically what it is he realizes that he has the capability of manipulating time.
Well, now, the text that he reads shows him that he's able to manipulate time. However, he's not supposed to do it.
He's not supposed to do it. Super controversial. I loved the end of this, the plot twist at the end of it, the way he wins the fight. Basically, Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
That is the best joke.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Actually, you know what the best joke is? You know who plays Dormammu?
No.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
He's playing himself.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Okay.
So
basically, long story short is the god, quote unquote, that's being worshipped by the bad guy in this film, who's played by Mads Mikkelsen, who is fantastic.
Amazing.
I think we said something
about
this on another episode. So. He basically bargains with this god who can continue. He's essentially omnipotent. And he kills him every time. But what he does is he uses the time. He uses the eye of what?
The eye of Amagado. He basically
eye of Amagado to create a time loop.
Yeah.
He creates a time loop and basically traps this guy in a time loop until he strikes a bargain to leave Earth alone, and that's pretty much it. Well, you find out that within this amulet is the time stone. I did know that. I kind of put that together.
Well, that's
so
that's
I thought
the time
that was
stone.
fun.
That's the time stone.
Yeah, that's the time stone. So now we have 5 stones.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Now we
I got to say something.
We get to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Guardians 2 is after. Oh, wow. Guardians 2 is between Doctor Strange and Thor Ragnarok?
Well, as far as when it came out.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, as far as when it came out.
Timeline and different story.
Okay.
But
okay. So we have Time Stone is the eye. Okay.
Okay. So that gives us how many stones? 5, right?
5.
Interesting.
We have 5.
How many do we need?
6, correct?
We do.
Okay. There's one more stone.
Oh, there is.
What's the last stone?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
So we then have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Again, fun movie. The biggest thing you find out is that Peter Quill is part Celestial.
Oh.
But he ends up losing that part of the Celestial when he destroys his father, Ego, the living planet. Yes, his father is Ego, the living planet. He destroys the planet.
Ego, the living
planet, who is a Celestial.
Right. Hold on. I know Kurt Russell's in this film.
He is the father.
He is the father.
But he's just a manifestation of a human body that the planet creates to do what it needs to do. Which included
Peter Quill, Star-Lord, right?
Yes.
Okay, Peter Quill, Star-Lord is part planet?
Part Celestial. Yes.
Okay.
Part Celestial.
All right.
So he actually had the capacity to be like almost nearly super powerful.
Right.
But by destroying his father's planet, the planet that it was his father, he loses his celestial abilities, so he's basically just a human.
Just a regular ass dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only thing that you really get from that is you get a couple of different characters added in, some more fun stuff added to the Guardians, and the possibility of Adam Warlock showing up at some point or another, if you know Adam Warlock.
No.
Yeah, there's a possibility of him showing up. You also get Sylvester Stallone in a very interesting cameo as a Ravager. Oh, yeah.
I did not know that. Now I have to see this movie.
Sylvester Stallone is a Ravager in a cameo.
Fantastic.
So is Miley Cyrus, interestingly enough.
As a Ravager as well?
Yes. only her voice, but still, it's Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, that's cool.
But fun romp, great movie. Doesn't really add much to the whole storyline of the Infinity Stones,
right?
Except to move the plot along with them. And again, talking about music, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies have the best music.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
The opening sequence of that to oh god, what's the song? It's an ELO song. I can't think of the name of it now.
Evil Woman?
No, it's just a fun song. Very good song. Anyway, again, fun romp, good to watch, but not inherently important to the to the Infinity Stone stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. You get Spider-Man, then you get Spider-Man Homecoming after his initial entrance into the Civil War movie.
Right.
You see his own personal movie. Michael Keaton as a bad guy, our former Batman as the Vulture. And he's fantastic. In fact, he used to in one scene in particular when they were doing the shots of the scene between takes, he used to intimidate Tom Holland, who played Peter Parker, by just turning around because he's driving a car at one point. Peter goes to the prom with his daughter.
Okay.
And during the conversation in the car, he figures out that Peter is Spider-Man.
Right.
And so there's a whole tension thing anyway.
Right.
But to build the tension and to make Tom Holland have more tension and try to act with more tension.
Right.
Michael Keaton would apparently turn back to him between takes and be like, I'm Batman. Over and over again. Which is hilarious.
So he's just, he's just trying to intimidate him as an actor.
I'm Batman. It's like, that's
I
beautiful.
would just start laughing.
That's beautiful. So, but good movie, fun movie, nice take on the Vulture. He's using Chitauri technology. The guys that attacked
the Chitauri
New York,
are in. Okay, yes,
they're the ones that attacked New York in the first Avengers.
Yes.
He's using their technology to make his Vulture suit.
Okay,
so it's a hell of a thing. Spider-Man's suit has actually a bunch of Stark tech in it.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It also has an AI in it that talks to him.
The spider suit has an AI
that talks to him. He calls it Suit Lady, and then he gives her another name. I can't think of what the other name is.
Suit Lady.
Yes, but it's interesting enough. The voice of his AI is played by Jennifer Connelly, who is Paul Bettany's wife. Paul Bettany is the voice of Jarvis, and then eventually Vision. So it's kind of funny.
Wait a minute, isn't Jennifer Connelly? Jennifer Connelly was in the Hulk, wasn't she?
She was in the first Hulk, the Ang Lee Hulk.
Oh, sorry,
It's Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler's the new one.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute.
She was in the Ang Lee Hulk. Yes.
Okay.
So you get Spider-Man: Homecoming, which gives you a Spider-Man story, a standalone Spider-Man story.
Okay,
which is kind of neat, and it's a really, really good one. It shows him truly as a teen living in Queens.
Right.
With admittedly,
I've seen a few of the scenes,
with
and he's
super hot
fantastic.
Aunt May. Super hot Aunt May.
Marissa Tomei.
Hell yes.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hell yes. Even now, still super hot.
I remember seeing a meme where Aunt May just continually gets younger.
Where she ends up like a baby.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen that one. But it's still good movie, good Spider-Man movie. Came out the year it came out on my birthday, so happy me. But yeah, good movie for Spider-Man. Better in my opinion than any other Spider-Man movie that had ever been put out. And there were 5 of them previous. It was a really, really good Spider-Man movie. Gets you the right feel and flavor of a true teenager. Tobey Maguire was never enough of a teenager for me. Neither was Andrew Garfield. Tom Holland is a teenager.
Decent as, you know what, Tobey Maguire was decent as Peter Parker, but he was almost a little too childish. He just wasn't quite there. And he was a good Spider-Man. Decent. But I think more that it like
and here's to note, you haven't seen Homecoming.
No.
Iron Man makes a couple of big appearances in there as kind of a father figure. He helps him out of one big major issue. And then at one point he ends up falling from a great height from the Vulture at one point, and a parachute opens in his suit, Spider-Man suit, and he ends up in a lake, and then Iron Man pulls him out of the lake and is chewing him out, and he's like, what the heck? Why are you chewing me out? I'm trying to do this, and why are you even taking your time to do this right now? Don't you have better things to be doing? And the suit opens up, and Tony's not even in it. He's in India, doing stuff in India, and he's still chewing him out for it. Well, then later in the movie, Iron Man shows up to, I'm sure you saw in the previews, a boat like breaking in half. Like a ferry boat breaking in half.
Yeah.
Iron Man shows up to save the day on that situation.
Right.
And the suit's there, and he's yelling at the suit's yelling at Peter, and Peter's yelling back at him. He's like, you're not even here to really be caring about this. And the suit opens, and Tony steps out. And that's when he actually takes the suit away from him and says, if you can't be Spider-Man without the suit, you don't deserve the suit. So that's when that whole conversation. And what's funny is he's actually nursing wounds. He's careful with his right arm and his shoulder, which is where he was injured in Civil War. So they actually
Tony was okay.
Tony was injured at various points during the fights in Civil War, and so you see him favoring the same areas that he was injured in Civil War because it's happened. The Homecoming movie happens literally right directly after Civil War.
Right. Okay. So injuries are still fresh and all that stuff.
And his pain is still fresh.
Okay.
His pain, and he's trying to keep Spider-Man under the radar so Spider-Man doesn't have to sign the Accords. Because nobody knows about him entirely yet. He's trying to keep him under the radar. So every time he does anything big, he's chewing him out for it.
That's what he's talking about, the recklessness. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the end of Homecoming, interesting point at the end of Homecoming.
Yeah.
Tony actually offers Spider-Man a new suit. An upgraded suit with more stuff in it.
Please tell me it's Iron Spider.
Well, you don't know. It's just an upgraded suit.
Oh, okay.
He declines it. Says he's just going to stay in Queens and be just a local, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Cute.
And not become, big all over the world Spider-Man.
Okay.
This is important. Okay?
Okay. Well, because, that's the lesson learned from the film, right?
Yes.
Can't be Spider-Man without the suit.
Yes, that's the lesson learned from the film. So,
Okay.
next movie is Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
Now, Thor Ragnarok is a real off there, out there take of any kind of movie. It's crazy.
Okay.
Movie's insane. Of course, in the very beginning of the movie, Thor loses Mjolnir to his sister, who destroys it.
Wow.
Just completely crushes it into oblivion.
This is Ragnarok.
Yeah, Odin dies. So you only got up to the point where they come back to Earth trying to find Odin.
I thought, is that not okay? Is this Ragnarok or Dark World?
No, this is Ragnarok. In Ragnarok, the beginning of Ragnarok, Surtur has Thor captive. Thor kills Surtur, takes Surtur's head, basically just try to stop Ragnarok from happening.
Okay.
So he shows back up in Asgard, finds out that Loki's been impersonating
Odin. Yeah.
There's the play. The play's hilarious.
Matt Damon.
Loki and Thor go back to Earth to try to find Odin, because that's where Odin is. The Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange, sends Loki falling for 30 minutes, talks to Thor for a little while.
Been falling for 30 minutes.
And then sends them to Norway, where Odin's been hiding out.
Okay, now I did not know that. I had only seen up to the end of Doctor Strange, his scene, and then I watched Doctor Strange because I was like, I must be missing a detail, and apparently I wasn't.
Except for the Eye of Armageddon.
I was going to say, you have a stone in that film, so it is kind of important.
So they find Odin. Odin dies.
Okay.
As a result, Hela comes back from where she's been banished from, because Odin's power was the only thing holding her there.
Okay.
Kate Blanchett as Hela.
Kate Blanchett. That's why I was like, I know who the actress is, but it's not Tilda Swinton because she was somebody else.
Yeah, she was the ancient one in Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Thor throws the hammer at her. She catches the hammer and disintegrates it.
Okay.
So he is hammerless.
Oh, whoa.
Him and Loki try to go back to Asgard, and she follows. Loki gets kicked out of the Rainbow Bridge halfway through the transition. So does Thor. Both of them end up on a different world, a junk world.
Right.
Ruled over by Jeff Goldblum.
Oh.
As a, I forget what his title is there. The Grand Master. That's who he is. He's the Grand Master.
He's the Grand Master. Okay.
Loki is, of course, trying to get into the Grand Master's kind of court.
Like in a circle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thor is captured by a former Asgardian and is going to be put in the arena to fight the Grand Master's champion. Now, what we didn't touch on is that at the end of Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, Hulk, who got tricked while he was Bruce Banner, got tricked into transforming back into the Hulk.
Then goes nuts.
Because as Bruce Banner, he went nuts early in the movie. Early in the movie, he went nuts. He was done going nuts. He said he didn't want to be the Hulk again because the Hulk can make him, hurt people.
Right.
He starts to develop a little bit of a relationship with Black Widow. Black Widow turns him into the Hulk for the Battle of Sokovia, and at the end of the Battle of Sokovia, he flies off in a Quinjet, not wanting to deal with the Avengers anymore as Hulk, because he doesn't want to, be a part of it.
So he personally leaves
and disappears. Well, guess what?
What?
He's been at this planet the whole time as the Hulk for multiple years. No, it's not Planet Hulk.
I was going to say
Hulk. It's not. He's not on a planet where he's ruling. He's a gladiator on this planet. So it's similar.
No, that's the idea of Planet Hulk.
Similar to Planet Hulk, but it's not Planet Hulk.
Okay.
It's not. But he is a gladiator who's
they
been the Hulk for
basically took
years.
influences from Planet Hulk and kind of okay, I'm down with that. That's okay.
So him and
taking tie-ins, like that's one of my favorite stories.
Him and Thor end up fighting in the arena. Of course, Thor, one of the famous moments from the trailer. Yes, I know him from work.
Yes, okay.
Which is actually a line that a fan came up with and they put in the movie. By the way, a fan came up with that line. They have a big knockdown, drag-out fight, during which Thor finds out that he's able to tap into electrical lightning power,
right,
without his hammer, and basically
Are you the god of hammers?
Almost takes down Hulk during the battle.
Whoa,
almost.
Well, I mean, he was holding his own against Hulk.
In the first
Avengers movie, yeah, he just straight up uppercuts him with the hammer, like on the plane,
and then sets the hammer on his chest.
Fantastic shot.
But throughout the movie, you're dealing with them being on this planet. At one point or another, they finally find the Quinjet that Bruce had come there on, or Hulk had come there on.
Okay.
See a video on the Quinjet of Black Widow during the little nursery rhyme thing, and he turns back into Bruce, and he hasn't been Bruce for years. So you have neurotic Bruce on an alien planet, And Thor first he was trying to convince Hulk to help him. Now he's trying to convince Bruce to help him.
Right.
Kind of being deceitful to both of them. Both of them get a similar line of, no, I like you better. I like Hulk better than Banner. And then when it's Banner, no, I like Bruce better. I don't like the Hulk. And Bruce is walking around in Tony Stark's clothing, which is hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
He's wearing like a Tony suit and weird T-shirt with some weird graphic on it. It's totally unlike what you've seen Bruce in.
Okay.
The Asgardian that had captured Thor was friends with the Hulk and notices there's something about Bruce that she is interested in, but can't place what it is. And Bruce finds her interesting. Like, hey, we could be friends, but I don't know why, because he remembers nothing of being the Hulk.
Oh.
They find Loki, pair up with Loki, try to figure out a way to get back to Asgard because Hela's in Asgard basically destroying everything.
Well, that's not good.
Thor's been in contact with Heimdall, who's leading a resistance of people, but Hela's basically trying to kill all the Asgardians and get as much power from Asgard as she can because she draws power directly from Asgard.
Right.
So they figure out a way to try to get back to Asgard. Again, shenanigans ensue. Loki tries to betray them yet again.
Okay.
Thor stops him in the middle of the betrayal.
Okay.
And says, I knew you were going to do this. You always do this. You do the same thing every single time. As part of the cover for them escaping, they lead a slave revolt.
Okay.
Or they help a slave revolt happen.
Right.
So they escape off the planet after, again, shenanigans and things being blown up and some cool superhero moments of Thor and the other Asgardian, who you find out was a Valkyrie.
Oh, yeah. Weren't the Valkyries the ones that were helping him in the first film?
No, Valkyries are the Valkyries were the female warriors of the Asgardians, who almost all of them were killed in the first battle against Hela when Hela was trying to be stopped and cornered earlier, because Hela is Odin's first child, and she went nuts, and he got tired of that.
Gotcha.
They get back to Asgard.
Okay.
They start trying to fight off Hela's minions because she's raised dead Asgardian warriors to serve her, and has raised the Fenris Ulf, the wolf.
Wait, because she's the oldest child, isn't she heir to the throne?
Technically, yes.
Whoa, crazy.
So she's also raised her giant wolf to fight for her.
Well, that's good.
And
it's always good to have one of those around.
By the way, she identifies the Infinity Gauntlet that is in Odin's treasure set. You see it in the first Thor movie, that in his like vault of treasures he has an Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh,
it is a fake. It's not a real Infinity Gauntlet. But she sees the Tesseract there, and she does recognize the Tesseract's power.
Yep.
But it's a flaming fountain that is supposed to be able to bring things back to life that she's more concerned with, and uses it to bring all these dead Asgardian soldiers to life to fight for her, and her dead wolf, gigantic wolf, to fight for her. Well, funny moment where Bruce tries to transform into the Hulk by jumping out of the spaceship they're in onto the rebuilt Rainbow Bridge.
Right.
And not turning into the Hulk and just landing on the bridge as Bruce. Just splatting onto the ground as Bruce. That's hilarious. But then he does turn into the Hulk. He fights off the wolf. He spends that whole fight fighting the wolf. You see Thor finally start to come into his electrical power while he's fighting his sister.
Right.
And I mean, he is eyes glowing blue, lightning coming all around him.
Cool.
Just going nuts, flying on his own, not with the aid of the hammer.
Yeah.
But being able to fly on his own. The Valkyrie ends up armoring up and fighting as well. Funny little moment from Carl Urban. I don't know if you know the actor Carl Urban.
Yes.
Yeah, he plays an Asgardian who kind of works for Hela during most of the movie, but then turns against working for Hela later in the movie.
Okay.
Ends up having 2 machine guns that he'd gotten from Earth because he took over Heimdall's job. Heimdall was kicked out of the job because he was a traitor.
He talks about the machine guns at the beginning of the movie.
Yes, one is named Des, the other one is named Troy. Destroy.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
He uses those at the end of the movie. Very, very funny, very interesting. Thor realizes at one point that Ragnarok actually has to happen to destroy Asgard because that's the only way to defeat Hela. Well, guess who shows up? All the slaves that they led in the revolt. The slaves show up with a bigger ship than what they left in from this planet, this gladiator planet. Right. And Loki is leading them, coming back to help save Asgard. Loki takes the small ship, goes into the treasure room of Odin, gets the skull of Surtur, puts it in the flaming fountain thing.
The one that
beats the very beginning.
Yeah.
Surtur arises, causes Ragnarok, is destroying Asgard.
Right.
Hela tries to fight him off, and he's defeating Hela. They start loading up to get out of there. Of course, the Hulk then goes to try to fight the giant monster, and they have to restrain the Hulk like, no, leave that one alone. But big monster, no, leave that big monster alone. He's already defeated the wolf. So
yeah.
They haven't. He's going to take on Surtur and beat Surtur. And they're like, no, come with us. So they get on a ship, fly away. Asgard's destroyed.
Wow.
So the remaining Asgardians, including Heimdall, who did survive at that point,
right?
They all are on this ship heading out to Earth, basically to try to live somewhere else to restart Asgard somewhere.
And okay, so Asgard is gone. It's destroyed.
So you get to Black Panther.
Okay.
And basically, Black Panther, in my mind, is basically there to show you all the technological wonder that Wakanda has.
Right.
And Wakanda's just a badass place.
Yeah.
Makes it look like it's a third world nation to every other country.
Right.
But Wakanda is so technologically advanced because of the vibranium that they have there.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And the importance of this, I don't want to devalue Black Panther as a movie.
Right.
But the importance of this to the conversation coming up about Endgame is that the Battle of Wakanda in Infinity War, you need to have an understanding of the technology of Wakanda.
Okay.
And the fact that Shuri, Black Panther's younger sister,
right,
is probably the smartest person on the planet Earth.
Cool.
She is smarter than Bruce Banner.
Okay.
She is smarter than Tony Stark.
Cool.
She is the smartest human being on the planet.
Cool.
And that comes into play in Infinity War.
Cool.
Okay?
Okay. All right.
So that's the biggest thing in Black Panther. So now you have Infinity War.
Okay, so now we've gotten to the climax. Well, the climax is coming up, but
yes,
right now it's the start
climax.
of. Okay, so this is the introduction of Thanos. Well, not the introduction.
This is Thanos coming to his form.
Feature of Thanos, right?
Yes. Okay. And
so right now I'm looking at 5 of 6 stones. Is that correct?
You are, yes. Okay. So it starts with.
I kind of like this. It's almost like putting together a crossword puzzle.
The movie starts with Thanos on the ship that the Asgardians were on. The Asgardian ship actually sending out distress signals. Thanos is on the ship.
Okay.
Most of the Asgardians on the ship are dead.
Oh, okay.
Thor is there, lying on the ground. Loki's there. Heimdall's there.
Right.
In states of barely alive.
Right.
Thanos is there with his children, quotation marks children, basically these different aliens that he has adopted as his children from the worlds that he's taken over.
Okay.
Very similar to how Nebula and Gamora are his children.
Question.
From the Guardians movies.
Before we continue here, question. I was wondering about this because I did see there was a bit of a similarity. Thanos is in the first Avengers film when you saw the post-credit scene, Thanos looked kind of similar to me to he kind of had almost like a Chitauri face, sort of.
He's from the planet Titan, so he's not Chitauri.
He's not Chitauri. Okay.
He's not Chitauri.
Okay.
Chitauri was just one of his armies.
Okay.
So, Thanos is there. He already has on him the Power Stone.
Okay.
He has destroyed Xandar, the planet Xandar.
Okay.
Completely destroyed it off screen.
Okay.
Took the Power Stone from Xandar.
Okay.
So he has one stone at this point.
Right.
He's there on this ship to get another stone.
Okay.
He tells Thor, give me the space stone. Thor's like, I don't have the space stone. It's not here. It was in the Tesseract on Asgard. Asgard was destroyed. Loki's like, no, I kind of took it. One of the best lines from the movie, you are the worst. So Loki has the space stone, gives it over to Thanos. Thanos then has the space stone and the Power Stone.
Okay.
Hulk comes out of nowhere.
He's obviously collecting all the stones.
Loki gets the chance to do a wonderful line of, we have a Hulk. And Hulk comes out and tries to fight Thanos. Thanos beats down the Hulk. Like physically, not even using the stones. Thanos beats down the Hulk.
By himself. Kicks the crap out of the Hulk.
Beats down the Hulk.
Whoa.
The Hulk is on the ground, barely breathing. Heimdall calls on the dark magic, sends the Hulk to Earth on the Rainbow Bridge.
Okay.
Rainbow bridges his ass to Earth. Thanos kills Heimdall.
Whoa.
Then Thanos goes over to Thor, and he's getting ready to kill Thor.
Right.
And Loki's like, hey, I'll pledge myself to you, and if you're going to Earth to look for stones, because that's what he says. He says there's 2 stones on Earth. The Mind Stone's on Earth in Vision's head, because that's part of Vision's head.
Right. Yeah.
He knows the Time Stone's on Earth. the Eye of Agamotto.
Right.
So he's sending his people to Earth to get those 2 stones.
And Loki strikes a bargain with Thanos.
Loki's like, hey, I'll go with them. I've been to Earth. I know my way around. He goes, yeah, but you failed every time you've been there. Loki's like, tell you what, I'll pledge my fealty to you. He goes to pledge his fealty to Thanos.
Whoa.
Tries to stab him. Thanos is like, yep, nope, not going to happen. You're not going to kill me.
Right.
You're weak and puny. And Loki's like, well, you'll never be a god. And he's like, okay, I don't care. Chokes out Loki. Kills him.
Kills Loki. Loki's dead. Loki just like the beginning of the movie.
Beginning of the movie.
Loki's dead.
And then
Heimdall's dead.
He destroys the rest of the ship and leaves Thor and the rest of the ship as it's being destroyed. And him and his people use the space stone to pop out of the ship, transport themselves back to his ship.
So Thor is stranded on a ship that's destroyed. Is he like out in space or something? Or is he in between worlds? Or where
he's out in space.
He's out in space.
The ship is disintegrating around him.
Oh, son of a gun. Okay.
So that's how the movie starts. Dark,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So you get to Earth, right?
Okay.
And you got Tony walking in the park talking to Pepper, yada, yada, yada. Suddenly
things are all well.
Suddenly you get a freaking thing fall out of the sky into the middle of the secret sanctum in New York.
Oh, okay.
Right there at Doctor Strange, and it's Bruce Banner in the middle of his secret sanctum in New York, and he's like, you need to find Tony Stark. So Sherlock finds Sherlock.
Okay.
And there's the scenes between them. See, I've given you enough that you can just sit and watch Infinity War. You need to, because the scenes between Benedict and Robert are just amazing. So much snark back and forth between the two of them.
Of course there would be.
So snarky. And of course Bruce is like...
That's like that's their calling card in their acting, both of them.
Yeah, and Bruce is like...
They've got to play off great, man.
Yeah, Bruce has been gone for years, so he's like, what the hell is going on? And Tony's like, the Avengers broke up. What, like a band? Yeah, me and Cap fell out hard, yada, 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 all this stuff. Suddenly, aliens come, searching for the stone. Big old fight all through New York. Spider-Man's riding on a bus. He sees the fight happening, so he gets off the bus and because he's going on a field trip.
Right.
Stan Lee cameo as the bus driver. He gets off the bus and goes to try to get in the middle of the fight.
Right.
This big old fight's happening. Doctor Strange is taken hostage because he won't let go of the eye.
Okay.
And is put on this alien ship that's taken off. Well, Tony tells Peter, Spider-Man, to stick with the sorcerer, the wizard.
Okay.
So he sticks with the wizard and finds himself on this ship as it's exiting the atmosphere, and he's starting to lose his breath because he can't breathe anymore. There's no air.
Right.
Tony's flying up to the ship to try to catch up. Tony enacts a protocol. Iron Spider suit comes out and attaches itself to Peter, and it is the Iron Spider.
Yes. Okay.
So Peter's like, "Hey, I'll help you. Tony's hanging on to the ship.
That was the suit he was offering, wasn't it? Yeah, of course it was. Okay.
Tony's hanging on to the ship. Peter's like, I'll help you. And he's like, no, you're going to go back. Tells Spider-Man's suit to start the parachute. Parachute goes off, but Spider-Man still is able to stay attached to the ship and goes with Tony on the ship. Cool. Which flies halfway across the freaking universe.
Wait, so the Iron Spider is working remotely right now?
Well, Tony can control it when he wants to because he still has the override protocols for it.
Right.
But Peter also is able to control it.
Okay.
So he stays on the ship with Tony.
Okay.
They go across the universe. All the way across the universe.
Yep.
Another set of aliens attack Vision and Scarlet Witch to try to get the stone out of Vision's head.
Okay.
And Captain America, Black Widow show up to try to stop him.
Okay.
Hawkeye actually doesn't appear in the movie at all. So they start to find out as they start to coalesce. Captain America goes back to Avengers headquarters where Rhodey is against government orders, and they start to realize that these creatures are after these stones to do something.
Okay.
Tony and Peter are able to finally free Doctor Strange and kill the alien that took him.
Okay.
But they are on a crash course to the planet Titan, which is where they end up.
Which is where Thanos is from.
Yes.
Okay. Now you cut Thanos' home planet of Titan. Gotcha.
Now you cut to Guardians of the Galaxy, who are following a distress call, end up showing up where they see a ship that's been obliterated, and Thor smacks against their windshield.
Oh, okay.
They pull Thor into the ship, find out he's still alive, and he's, of course, he does lose one of his eyes in the fight with his sister in the previous movie in Ragnarok.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
So Thor has an eye patch now.
he loses it halfway through the movie because he gets a mechanical eye from Rocket, but that's to be expected.
Okay.
He takes a pod that's attached to the Guardian ship, Rocket and Groot, and they go in search of I can't even pronounce the name of the weapons foundry that was the Asgardian weapons foundry. They go in search of that. It's a neutron star that creates all of their weapons. He's trying to go get a new weapon because his hammer's gone. He wants a Thanos killing weapon.
Right.
He goes to do that. Peter takes the rest of the Guardians to Nowhere, which is the place where the Collector is, to try to get the ether because they know now that Thanos is after the stones. Gamora has said his goal was to get all the Infinity Stones and to basically kill off half the population of the universe with a single snap of his finger.
Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, so there's the plot point right there. There's a major plot point. But Gamora,
Gamora was Thanos' daughter.
Well, that was a major plot point that I wasn't necessarily getting at. That is something that I know that some of you will know and some of you won't. But Gamora was introduced in Guardians.
Gamora is one of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
She's introduced in Guardians, major player in Guardians 2.
Okay.
But she is now, and that's probably the biggest thing about the Guardians movies, is they set up Gamora as being Thanos' daughter, and they give you the backstory that Thanos basically came and wiped out half the population of her planet, and then adopted her as his daughter as her people were being killed. He adopted her as his daughter. Yeah.
Does he do that with every planet?
Basically, yes. He's just
he takes one person from that planet and adopts them?
Maybe if he wants to. Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, Thanos is basically insane. So,
yeah, pretty much. I mean,
but Gamora has special meaning to him.
Okay.
So Gamora at one point or another was searching for the final stone, the one stone that nobody knew where it was, the Soul Stone.
The Soul Stone.
The Soul Stone. Nobody knew where the Soul Stone was. Well, Gamora was searching for it. Gamora may have found it, or at least found the way to it.
Okay.
So they go to Nowhere, which is where the Collector is, where they think the Aether is, the Reality Stone.
The name of Nowhere is actually a place.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Nowhere is a place.
Okay.
They go to this place to find the Reality Stone.
Okay.
They show up there. They think they have found Thanos and the Collector.
Okay.
And Gamora basically goes in and sticks one of her weapons, one of her swords, directly into Thanos' throat, seeming to kill him.
Woo!
Not so much. Thanos has already been there. He already has the Reality Stone, and he just made them see what he wanted them to see with the Reality Stone.
Okay.
He then takes Gamora captive. And Gamora had said earlier that if Thanos was going to take her captive, Peter needed to kill her. Peter Quill, Star-Lord, needed to kill her because she may have information. The information of where the Soul Stone might be.
Right. Because she knows nobody else does.
Peter tries to kill her, and interestingly enough, when he tries to shoot her, his bubbles come out of his gun because Thanos has changed reality again.
Reality Stone.
Yes.
Because he has that.
Thanos uses the Space Stone to remove him and Gamora from Nowhere.
Okay.
And he takes Gamora to his ship, where Nebula, her adopted sister, is.
Okay.
And is being tortured.
Oh.
He tortures Nebula to get the location of the Soul Stone from Gamora.
Okay.
And they travel to the planet where the Soul Stone is.
Okay.
Okay. Back on Earth, they're trying to figure out how to get the Mind Stone out of Vision's head and destroy it.
Okay.
Without destroying Vision. And they realize that Wanda, Scarlet Witch, has the power to destroy the Mind Stone because she was made from the Mind Stone. So her power is equal to the power of the Mind Stone.
Interesting.
The only thing that can really destroy Infinity Stones or affect Infinity Stones are other things that are powered or created by the Infinity Stones. This is important.
Okay.
This is important.
Okay.
So we have them trying to figure this out. They go to Wakanda to talk to Shuri.
Okay.
Black Panther's younger sister.
Right. The
to see what she can do.
Intelligent, smartest person on Earth.
And she's trying to figure that out. But as she's trying to figure that out, a bigger alien invasion is coming to Wakanda to try to get the stone.
Okay.
Huge number of aliens this time.
Okay.
Huge. Giant, like 7 or 8 gigantic towers full of these space dog alien things.
Okay.
Okay. Now, while this is happening, you have the Guardians now trying to go to Titan to take on Thanos because they hear Thanos will eventually be at Titan at some point or another.
Right.
So they're headed there. Thanos and Gamora are on this other planet where the Soul Stone is. They encounter the Red Skull, who was transported there.
Really?
Who was transported there when he tried to hold the Space Stone. The Space Stone transported him there.
Oh, it didn't kill him.
He became the guardian of the Soul Stone.
Whoa.
And the only way to get the Soul Stone is to sacrifice the thing you love the most. Gamora thinks that Thanos is beaten at that point because there's nothing that she believes that Thanos loves. Sadly, Thanos loves her. He throws her off a cliff and sacrifices her.
Whoa.
Kills her. Gets the Soul Stone. That means that the only thing that's left for him is the Mind Stone and the Time Stone.
Okay.
Because he has power. He has reality. Right?
Right.
He has the soul now.
Wow, and that's partway through the film. Okay.
And is that right? That's 3. So he needs, what are we missing?
He has power and he has reality.
He has power,
and he
reality,
has soul.
space, because he got space. And now he got soul. So he just needs the mind and time.
And he needs mind and time stone. Okay.
Yep. So.
Doesn't he already...
Because Vision still has the Mind Stone.
Vision's got the Mind Stone.
Doctor Strange still has the Time
Stone.
Stone.
Okay.
And Doctor Strange and Iron Man and whatnot are on a course to crash at Titan.
And they're going, Time Stone's coming to him.
And they do. They crash at Titan. Time Stone's coming to him because that's why he's going to be back on Titan to receive the Time Stone from he was receiving it from the person who worked for him, one of his children.
Okay.
But the child was killed. The ship was still heading to Titan.
Right.
So.
Interesting. Okay.
Iron Man, Doctor Strange.
All right.
Spider-Man on Titan.
All of them on Titan.
Guardians show up on Titan. There's a little bit of a fight between them before they realize that they're on the same side. They're both against Thanos.
Okay.
So they hatch out a plan to try to beat Thanos when Thanos comes to Titan.
Now, of the Guardians?
Who's there?
So Rocket, Groot, and Thor are on another ship. They're on a shuttle.
They're on a shuttle going
on the way
to
get Thor another weapon.
Yes.
And so that means that
Gamora's
gone. So you have Star-Lord, Drax, who's Dave Bautista, right? And
oh god, I can't think of the woman that was introduced in the second Guardians. She's got
the blue lady?
No, not the blue one. That's Nebula.
Oh, that's Nebula. Okay.
I'm trying to think of her name right now. The character's name. She's got like antenna.
Oh yeah, the one with the weird buggy eyes.
Yes.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Pom Clementieff is the person who plays the character. I'm just trying to remember what the character's name is. I'm looking it up right now. But yeah, Drax is there. Crap. Keep it going while I'm trying to find this.
So we've got. All right, so
Mantis. There we go. I already found
thank you.
Mantis. So Mantis is there as well. So
nice. I didn't have to prep anything.
Thank you. So they show up. There's a little bit of a scuffle until they realize they're on the same side. They try to build a plan to defeat Thanos.
Okay.
Thor, meanwhile, is there at this forge. It's been shut down.
Right.
He gets onto the forge, finds out that the dwarves of the forge, which are actually like 15 feet tall.
So they're not dwarves at all.
They're not dwarves, but they're built like they look like dwarves, but they're 15 feet tall.
Giant ass dwarves.
And all of them are dead, with the exception of one, who has no hands because his hands were cut off by Thanos. This
guy really took care of all the tight ends.
They had forced Thanos Thanos had forced them to make the gauntlet for him, the Infinity Gauntlet, so that he could put the stones in it.
So they forged the Infinity Gauntlet.
They forged the gauntlet, and then they were all killed off. The only one that's left is, of course, played by Peter Dinklage.
Of course it is.
So Thor gets the forge restarted, gets the neutron star restarted, almost kills himself in the process.
Oh.
They are able to forge his weapon, which is more of a half axe, half hammer.
Cool.
But
hammerback axe.
In the process of forging it, because of how Thor had to do it and had to risk his life for it, he's dying and they're searching for a handle. Groot actually cuts off a part of himself to make the handle for the weapon.
Oh, that's cool.
Once it's made, it actually floats over to Thor, it revives him, and more importantly, it gives him, because of the way it was made, it gives him the ability to tap into the Rainbow Bridge and open it.
Oh, cool.
Because it's
the
that
hammer
powerful
couldn't
a weapon.
do that.
No, the hammer couldn't. This weapon is a king's weapon.
Okay.
This is like
So this is
basically
what
the most
would have
powerful-
been. This is what should have been his replacement for the hammer since Odin was gone.
Well, that's what it is. Basically, is the
It's,
replacement.
so
for it.
now, basically, he is the new king of Asgard, essentially, right?
in a sense, yes,
Technically speaking,
And this weapon is
or
definitely,
as far as he's supposed to be taking that throne as soon as they find a new Asgard.
and this weapon is definitely channeling his power better. This is his weapon, not just
Okay.
weapon he was given, but his weapon.
So this is so this is not whoever would be worthy of it. It
No,
is
it's-
his.
it's
He is
Thor's
the
weapon.
only one who can manipulate it. Okay,
So
personalized.
the fight starts. Thanos shows up on Titan.
Yeah, he goes back to Titan.
Starts talking to Doctor Strange because that's the only one that's there at the time.
He has
Doctor Strange. Well, it appears to
does
be
he
there.
know Strange has the stone?
It appears to be there. Oh, he knows Strange has the stone.
Right.
But Doctor Strange is the only one that appears to be there. They start having a discussion about things, and then the fight starts.
Okay.
And it is the fight with Thanos is a hell of a fight. Everybody doing everything to the best of their abilities.
Yeah.
It is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen on cinema.
Cool.
Same time that's happening, the alien invasion of Wakanda is happening, and you see all the Wakandan technology put to use.
Oh, cool.
Against this invasion. And I mean, it's hardcore.
Yeah.
They have shields. They have all kinds of energy weapons. I mean, Wakandans are badasses.
Yeah. Cool.
Huge fight there. Huge fight on Titan against Thanos with everybody using their powers.
Okay.
At one point, they actually have Thanos subdued.
Okay.
They have him subdued.
Okay.
Mantis is using her mind control kind of abilities to basically sedate him.
Okay.
And both Tony and Peter are trying to rip the gauntlet off of his hand.
Okay.
In the process of sedating him, Peter Quill, Star-Lord, starts kind of getting a little mouthy with him.
Uh-huh.
And Mantis says, he's in pain. He suffers. He mourns. What's he mourning for? Gamora. And Star-Lord realizes
he
Gamora's
realizes
dead.
it and flips.
Starts punching Thanos. Knocks Mantis off of Thanos.
Oh, no.
Thanos suddenly regains consciousness right as the gauntlet is literally pulled off his hand. He grabs it, knocks everybody away, puts it back on, throws a moon at Tony, and
Throws a moon?
a moon. He brings a moon out of the sky and throws it at Tony.
Wow.
Huge rest of it ensues. Basically, what ends up happening is Thanos is able to defeat them.
Right.
About to kill Tony, and he's knocked off bits and pieces of Tony's armor to the point where Tony's half armored. He's taken a piece of Tony's armor and shoved it through Tony.
Oh.
Tony's about dead.
Good Lord.
And Doctor Strange stops the fight and says, "Okay, I'll give you the stone. Leave Tony alone. I'll give you the stone." Now, earlier before the fight, Doctor Strange was sitting and his head was going all goofy. He was like in a meditative state.
Yeah.
He had actually activated the eye and was going through
All of the
millions of
possible
possible
scenarios.
futures.
He was
like
seeing,
14 million possible scenarios.
Yeah.
And only one of them they win in. Only one. He says, "I offer you up the eye. Here, you can take the eye. You can take the stone. Leave Tony alive. Let him live." And Thanos is like, "All right, cool." Takes the eye. Disappears.
That
Goes on
means
his
Strange
way.
has seen the future.
Strange has seen possible futures.
Okay.
And Strange even says, "We're in the end game now, Tony."
Ah.
So, Thanos takes it. He's now got 5 of 6. Goes to Earth. Joins the battle on Earth.
Gets the Mind Stone. Or
Now,
goes for the
as
Mind
he's
Stone.
heading to join the battle on Earth, somebody else has already joined the battle on Earth. Thor.
Okay, so he's got...
Best superhero entrance ever.
Okay.
He comes out of the sky and just obliterates everything around him. We're talking mass destruction.
Okay.
Blowing up everything.
Going nuts.
End up getting to a point where Thanos is about to get the stone. Wanda destroys the stone while it's still in Vision's head.
Okay.
Kills Vision. Stone
Okay.
is destroyed.
Whoa.
Thanos is like, "Wow, that's great. Except I have the time stone. So ding, 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 ding. We're going to turn this back in time. Stop you from doing that. And guess what? I'm going to knock you out, Wanda, and take the stone forcibly from his head." Takes it from his head, sticks it on his thing.
Okay, now he has all 6.
He has the sticks. Thor comes after him. Thor flings his new weapon at him right in the chest. Thor lands, shoves it further in his chest, and then the famous moment. "You should have gone for the head." Finger snap.
Okay.
He's gone.
I know the
And then-
snaps. I know
and
all
then
the...
everybody starts, well, half the people start fading into dust.
Yep.
The most powerful of which is Peter.
I heard about that.
Sad moment. But the only people that are really left are the original Avengers.
Have you seen... Okay, it just reminds me of a meme. There was a video that somebody was sharing on Facebook.
Yeah.
Somebody picks up and opens up a copy of Spider-Man PS4.
And it's just dust.
And it's just dust that falls out of the case.
But
that's
like
hell of a time to insert a joke, but
no, that's fine. But that's the end of it with him getting all the stones.
Okay, question.
Yes.
I want to know who dies. Who dies? Like we might as well go through it at this point because we've talked about the plot of the entire film.
Who goes into the dust?
Yeah.
Peter.
Here, I'm going to cross them off. We got Peter. Peter's gone.
Read me names. I'll tell you.
Okay, Captain.
No, Cap's alive.
Winter Soldier.
Gone.
He's gone. Okay, Scarlet Witch.
Gone.
Captain Falcon.
I mean,
or Falcon.
Gone.
Ant-Man.
We'll get to him in a minute.
Okay, Hawkeye.
Still around.
Okay, Hawkeye's still around. Iron Man's still around.
Yes, Iron Man's still around.
I mean, I've seen the previews for the new one, so Iron Man has to still be around.
Mm-hmm.
War Machine.
Gone.
No joke. Don Cheadle's gone?
Well,
Captain Planet is gone?
Well. Go on.
Vision is
gone. Dead.
Gone.
Well,
dead. They pulled the stone out of his
but
head.
He did not turn to dust.
Oh, so he still has a physical form left.
Yeah. That's questionable.
Interesting.
Questionable stuff there.
Okay. Black Widow.
Still there.
Panther.
Gone.
Panther's gone.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I've got
so
far.
As far as the Guardians, Peter Quill, gone.
Okay,
Star-Lord,
so we got
Star-Lord's
who is left? Hulk, Thor.
Mm-hmm. The original Avengers are left.
So Hulk, Thor, Iron Man,
Hawkeye.
Captain, Hawkeye.
That's it.
Widow. Those are the only ones left.
Yeah. Peter Quill goes. So Star-Lord goes.
He's dead too?
Star-Lord goes.
Wow.
Yes. By the way, when Thor came back to Earth, Rocket and Groot came to Earth with him.
Where's Groot?
Groot's gone.
Groot's gone.
Groot dusts. Rocket lives. Groot dusts.
Dies like 12 times in
well, but
these
here's
films.
the thing. Groot's arm is the handle of Thor's new weapon, so is Groot really dead?
So Groot is gone. Rocket.
Rocket's still there.
Drax.
Gone.
Drax is gone.
Drax is gone.
Okay, Rocket's still there. Drax is gone. Gamora's gone. What about bug-eyed antenna lady?
Mantis, gone.
Mantis is gone.
Nebula's still around. In fact, the only people left on Titan are Nebula, who came with the Guardians.
Nebula's, okay.
And Tony. Those are the only people left on Titan.
Strange is gone too.
Strange is gone too. In fact, Strange says before he disappears, it was the only way, Tony.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. And Maria Hill.
Maria Hill.
From the girl from How I Met Your Mother in the Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gone, and so is Fury.
Shut up.
Fury's gone too.
When did Fury come back?
Fury came back in Avengers Age of Ultron with the helicarrier.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I don't think we touched on that.
Yeah, we did.
Okay,
I mentioned
we did.
it. He saved the Sokovian citizens.
Fury's gone.
Fury's gone. Yep.
And what'd you say her name was again?
Who? Maria Hill.
Maria Hill.
Not overly important to the plot.
Okay.
But
Fury and Hill are gone. Good Lord. Okay, so the only ones that are alive that are left after all of these characters have been introduced
are the original
Captain,
Avengers.
Ant-Man, Hawkeye. Well, Ant-Man's. You said Ant-Man's weird. I've got him written down here, but I didn't cross him out.
You should have Ant-Man written down. Let me get to him.
Okay. So we got Captain, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Widow, Hulk, Thor, Rocket, and Nebula. Those are the only 8 people that are actually left over after all of this.
Yeah.
Loki's gone because he
died.
Yeah, Loki died. Loki wasn't dusted, but he died.
Yeah.
Hulk was,
and he's
no,
Bruce
Hulk
Banner.
is still around.
He's Bruce Banner.
Hulk is Bruce.
He does not. In fact, throughout the entire movie of Avengers: Infinity War, he tries to change into Hulk, and Hulk refuses to come out the whole time.
Interesting.
He just wants to be Banner the whole time. He refuses. Hulk
He's
refuses
just like,
to
no
come.
more.
Yep.
He's done.
Yep. He's done being Bruce's toy.
Well, especially being that, like,
Thanos kicked his ass.
Yeah, Thanos kicked the crap out of him. He's got like no usage.
So then we leave that movie. Okay. At the very end, by the way, the end credit thing, when you see Fury dust, he sends a message to Captain Marvel.
I did.
You heard about that?
I've heard of those.
Yeah.
I've seen one or two of the post-credit scenes of Captain Marvel, just as, YouTube got my curiosity.
Yeah. So now we have Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
And Ant-Man and the Wasp, basically, there's another villain that's trying to steal the Pymtech technology.
Okay.
Because of an experiment that went bad back in the day when Hank Pym was doing stuff.
Okay.
That part isn't important. What is important?
Hank Pym still alive?
Yes, Hank Pym is still alive.
Oh, okay.
What is important is that Ant-Man goes into this microverse thing, the space between the molecules, and finds Hank Pym's wife and brings her back.
No.
Yes, that's the most important thing in the movie, because what happens is at the end of the movie in an end credit sequence, they're experimenting with Scott Lang, the current Ant-Man, going into this micro universe. He's in there between the molecules, and he's communicating back and forth with Hank, Hank's wife, and Hank's daughter on the outside. And all three of them dust. And Ant-Man is in the microverse when it happens.
Wait a minute. You said he was talking with Hank and Wasp, right? Was that Wasp? That was his daughter, right?
Well, his daughter is the new Wasp. His wife was the old Wasp when Hank was the Ant-Man.
Okay, so Wasp is gone.
Wasp is gone. Hank Pym is gone. And Hank Pym's wife is gone.
Okay.
Yes.
Pym is gone. Wasp is gone. And
Pym's wife.
And Pym's wife?
Yes.
Wait, but
she was brought back out of the microverse thing.
Okay.
And Ant-Man Scott Lang was in the microverse when the snap happened.
Good Lord. This note, I'm going to take a picture of this.
It's just crazy.
It's ridiculous.
So you get to Captain Marvel.
This thing looks like a doctor's note right now.
Now, Captain Marvel is the newest one in the newest installment in all of this. Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s, though.
Right.
Before most of these movies happen.
Right.
When Nick Fury still has two eyes, and him and Agent Coulson are still young.
Okay.
Captain Marvel gets her powers. She's a human.
Okay.
She gets her powers when a experimental rocket drive system created by an alien. I don't remember if this one is Kree or Skull that makes the. I think it's a Kree that makes the drive for Skrull refugees to try to find a place to live.
Okay.
But this drive explodes.
Okay.
And she gets her power. You find out that the drive was made using technology from the Tesseract. That was being studied by Howard Stark back in the day.
Okay.
And was being studied by S.H.I.E.L.D. The Tesseract is actually what's powering this drive.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
That means that she's a creature of, that means technically, like, because she gets her powers from that, right? So she's like Scarlet Witch. She's a creature of an Infinity Stone.
Yes. This is important.
Okay. I'm starting to put this together.
You're starting to put this together. So I've not actually seen Captain Marvel. I've just read synopses of it.
Okay.
But for what I'm trying to get for the point, she goes around, kicks a whole bunch of ass.
Okay.
And ends up going off to help this other alien race.
Yeah, I heard Captain Marvel was a fantastic film too, by the way.
And she goes off to help this other alien race take care of finding a place to live, no longer be refugees, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's also a cat in the movie that is actually an alien creature called a flurkin that creates pocket dimensions inside of their mouths, basically.
Okay,
it kept the Tesseract in a pocket dimension for a long period of time.
Okay, so that's a major spoiler for Captain Marvel.
The flurkin is a major spoiler.
I will give like a giant spoiler list for all this stuff. If you don't want to know anything about the MCU, do not listen to this episode. As we say that 2 hours and 20 minutes.
We are now at the end of the talking about the films, and the reason that we went through all of this 2.5 hours of talking about the films was for me to give you my theory on the situation.
I might split this up into 2 separate episodes that we upload in one day or something.
You can. Okay. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But here's the deal with my theory. We have to go all the way back to the fact we have the 6 identified Infinity Stones.
Okay.
We have the fact identified that the Tesseract was being studied by Howard Stark.
Okay.
He studied the Tesseract. He then made a blueprint for a new element that Tony found out the blueprint for and was able to make this element. I postulate that the element that he made is based on his studies of the Tesseract, and in fact, the new element that Tony made is a synthetic Infinity Stone. Because the Infinity Stones were originally created at the dawn of the universe.
Right.
I posit that Tony has created a synthetic Infinity Stone, and here's why. In the Avengers movie, he already has the new
2011 Avengers, right?
Yes, he already has the new arc reactor in his chest that is made with the new element.
Okay.
So when Loki tries to use the scepter, which we have now found through going all through this, that the Mind Stone was in the scepter.
Okay.
The Mind Stone was unable to affect Tony. Now, you could say that he didn't come in contact with Tony's skin, but he didn't do that with Hawkeye either. It still hit Hawkeye's shirt. There was still something in the way.
Okay.
This synthetic Infinity Stone that maybe Tony was able to create was able to protect Tony from the effects of another Infinity Stone. Now, in Avengers Age of Ultron...
Wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. So you're saying that one Infinity Stone can be blocked from or control another Infinity Stone, even though they're not related?
They're the only things that can hurt each other are the Infinity Stones, or even protect themselves against each other.
It's like similar element, metal on metal kind of stuff?
Because again, in Avengers, just within 15-20 minutes of that moment happening in Avengers where the Loki scepter doesn't work,
right.
The Infinity Stone and the scepter doesn't work, the scepter is used to be able to access the Tesseract in the machine that it's in.
And moves it, knocks it out of the way.
Because they can't protect against each other, or they can't fight against each other either.
Oh, wait,
they're able to counteract each other, work against each other, work with each other, that kind of thing. The only thing that's going to affect another Infinity Stone or affect an Infinity Stone is another Infinity Stone.
Oh, so you're
something of equal power.
Okay. So
possibly.
Sorry, this is a lot to handle, but I can kind of understand that so you're saying that because Loki was unable to manipulate Tony Stark because he touched a stone to a stone, right? And the two of them canceled each other out.
Maybe what happened is the stone that Tony created has protecting abilities. Maybe it has defensive shield abilities.
Huh.
Maybe. I don't know he
doesn't know what he created.
He doesn't. He just knows he created an energy source. But what are the Infinity Stones but giant sources of energy?
Does he still have an energy? Does he still have
the suit?
Part
still
of that?
Uses it. The suit still uses
He's still
it
in the suit.
But here's the thing. That's where this this idea starts to hold some water in the second Avengers Age of Ultron, when Wanda gives him that vision. Now, Wanda being a creation of the Infinity Stones, her powers are a creation of it.
Right.
So she shouldn't be affected by an Infinity Stones.
Okay, hold on. Wanda's Scarlet Witch, right?
Scarlet Witch. Yes.
Okay.
Scarlet Witch. She should be able to resist some of the effects of Infinity Stones to an extent.
Right.
But her powers act like the Infinity Stone powers. He is outside of his suit, and he's already, as I said in Iron Man 3, he's already removed the arc reactor from his chest. It's only in his suit then.
So he touches his staff.
He's outside his suit. She gives him the vision, and then he
touches the scepter, and it cancels out.
Yes. So you're seeing where this is
going. Yeah.
So I am of the firm belief that the people that will be needed to defeat Thanos are either children that have, or people that have been affected by the Infinity Stones to give them their powers, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, or Captain Marvel.
Okay.
And interestingly enough, there has been seen stuff shown online of Quicksilver in costume doing filming.
What?
For Endgame, and more importantly, throwbacks to the Battle of New York.
In the first Avengers?
The Battle of there's been shots of the cast in their costumes from the Battle of New York from the first Avengers.
Oh.
From the Endgame set.
Oh.
I believe those three characters, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Captain Marvel, and Tony with his synthetic Infinity Stone,
quote unquote,
possibly synthetic Infinity Stone,
theoretical synthetic Infinity Stone,
are the key to beating Thanos. And I think Tony doesn't realize it. And I think going back to the Battle of New York is maybe when the realization happens that he has a synthetic stone. He has created a synthetic Infinity Stone from his dad's study of the Tesseract.
You think they might have like filmed some scenes that were just like gluing certain parts and pieces together of the dude, that's crazy. Okay,
it is crazy. It's a crazy theory.
This is deep. This is super deep.
And I'm sorry it took so long to have to talk about all these movies to get it. But here's the thing. And we can put this as notes for these 2 episodes, because I think splitting it up into 2 and doing it the same day, releasing it the same day, but splitting it into 2 is a good
we're
idea.
gonna make this. I think we might make it a 2-parter here.
But here's the thing I'm going to say about this: if you want to have a rough understanding of the MCU before you walk yourself into Endgame without having to watch all the movies, then this will give you a rough enough understanding of what you're getting yourself into.
Might be the episode for you. I'd say still watch the movies,
if
as
you
many
get
of them
the
as
chance,
you can. Yeah, they're.
But
from what I've seen of the films, they're fantastic, but I just haven't had the time to really sit down and watch them. So that's great. This gives me a full background to go see Endgame.
Well, and more importantly, it gives you maybe more reason to want to see them, thinking, "Wow, they really did connect this universe up really good."
Yeah, absolutely. And they've been planning for a decade.
Yeah, it's been planning for a long time.
That's fantastic. I think that's great. But yeah, okay. So, well, we have the synopses on the MCU. We have the theory on the possible synthetic Infinity Stone. I don't know if you've heard it here first or if you read it from somewhere else.
I can say I've searched the internet for this theory, and I have not seen anybody else posit the theory that that he has created a synthetic Infinity Stone.
Cool.
It's kind of the reason why I wanted to do this, so that my voice can have it somewhere. So that
Right?
if I'm right, I'm just gonna feel good about it.
I was gonna say you've heard it here first, I guess, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's killer, or at least hopefully so.
Hopefully you heard it.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Great minds, right? Somebody else could come up. I have no idea.
With this long ass double episode that we had not intended for it to be this long. Again, I apologize for going on for so long, but had to do what we had to get the movies out.
Hey, this is a lot of information. You can't sum up 10 years in an hour.
Not really easily.
Yeah, right. So, anyways, hopefully you guys are enjoying what you're thinking. Let us know what you think. Go ahead and tweet at us and check us out. Send us a message on Facebook or comment on our post when we post this up at xenchron. That's XENCHRON. If you're listening to this on the website, the XennialChronicles.com, or you can go to xenchron.com if you need it shorthand. We're also on Spotify. We are on Google Play. We are on YouTube. We are on as many of the things as we can get right now. We're continuing to work on more.
Yeah, trying to get iTunes at some point, but
we're going to see what we can make happen on that. We're still working at it. Hopefully we get to it soon. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I think that'd be it, my friend.
Excelsior.
Excelsior.
Rep Stanley.
Thank you for tuning in, friends. The journey continues next week.